Hi, I'm Kelsey Green. Welcome to this month's hashtag All the Feels. One of my favorite childhood stories is when I was about 3. It was an angel in our church Christmas program. In this program, there were 3 of us angels. I was in the middle and charged with the great task of holding baby doll Jesus during the big song. However, the angel to my right was not happy with this because we were actually using her baby doll. It comes to the day of the program, we are in the climax of the song, and the anger and jealousy overcomes the angel to my right, and she starts ripping baby doll Jesus out of my arms. I, however, was not going to let her steal my shining moment, so I start pulling back. Needless to say, us playing tug of war with this baby doll was not exactly how the scene in the manger was supposed to go. Even from a young age, we experience the emotion of anger. This emotion does not have to be taught to us because it is a natural and even a God given emotion. Even though this emotion could potentially have very harmful effects and repercussions, it can still be used constructively, and every emotion can be used to glorify God if we will let it. This month, we are looking at Psalm 79 and the anger that was on display in this chapter. We can learn and grasp viable knowledge and wisdom from this psalm for the next time we encounter anger in our lives. When speaking about anger, the first deception that we as Christians need to overcome is that anger is a sinful emotion. Anger in and of itself is not bad. The key is learning how to express our anger without becoming destructive. A Christian psychologist by the name of Norm Wright was speaking on Christians and anger, and this is what he had to say. One reason anger is so difficult for most of us to deal with is that we are not comfortable admitting that we are angry. This is especially true for many Christians who believe that anger is a sign of spiritual immaturity or weakness. Once we come to the healthy realization that our anger is not a result of our lack of spiritual discipline, but is emotion that must be processed, then we can turn it around and use it to strengthen our relationship with God and even bring Him honor. Romans 12 speaks to the thought that our anger can bring us closer to God. In the verses 17 through 19, it says, "Repay no one evil for evil, but give thought to do what is honorable in the sight of all. If possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. Beloved, never avenge yourselves, but leave it to the wrath of God. For it is written, 'Vengeance is mine, I will repay,' says the Lord." These verses do not tell us to not become angry, because God, being the one who created us, knows that we are bound to become angry. Even Jesus became angry at those desecrating the temple with fleshly desires. But God speaks that even in our anger, we should not turn to destruction and revenge on others, but lay that anger at His feet, because He is the only one who can truly defend us. God is more than capable of handling our anger. We do not have to come with Him with polished and sanitized prayers that do not truly reflect our heart and emotions. Psalm 79 is a cry from the heart of the writer, full of unsanitized prayers. But it comes from a place of intimacy with God, knowing that He will take these prayers and heal the heart of the one crying out. In order for us to find restoration and healing from whatever has caused us anger, we must allow space for God to work in our heart and situation. Most of the time, this will look like us having to seek out forgiveness for our part in the problem, no matter how big or small our part was. But if we will humble ourselves, even in our anger, Luke 6 promises us a great reward. Verse 35 through 36 say, "But love your enemies, and do good, and lend, expecting nothing in return. And your reward will be great. You will be sons of the Most High, for He is kind to the ungrateful and the evil. Be merciful, even as your Father is merciful." We will be called the sons and daughters of the Most High when we are generous and merciful to those that cause tension and toil in our lives. When our first instinct in anger is to run to God and express this to Him, we are purged from our resentment and are free to love and honor those that have come against us. God can be trusted with our rage and will not allow the tears we have shed to be wasted. Psalm 79 does not give us a step by step formula for dealing with our anger, but it does assure us of God's presence at all times. By getting a peek into the psalmist's life and how he dealt with anger, we gain a better insight into how to deal with our own rage and anger. As you dive deeper into discussion over Psalm 79 with your group, I pray that you would feel the tug of the Lord calling you to be open with Him about your emotions, even the ones that we struggle to admit to. I also encourage you to share with your group and lean on those that God has placed in your life to walk with you through each emotion and season of life.